Right, we have some major breaking story coming up right here at Republic TV. Take a look at this. Take a look at what I have with me. This is the entire stash of cash recovered from the raids on Karnataka Minister D.K. Shivakumar's Delhi property at Safdarjung Enclave. Keep in mind, it's the property of his aide in Safdarjung Enclave in New Delhi, where D.K. Shivakumar usually stays every time he's in Delhi. And look at this stash of cash that has been recovered from Safdarjung Enclave in New Delhi. 8.6 crore rupees recovered. Now keep in mind, this stash goes on top of the other stash of 6.6 crore rupees recovered just a couple of days ago. But this entire stash is worth 8.6 crore rupees that have been recovered from D.K. Shivakumar's Safdarjung Enclave property in New Delhi. It's a property technically belonging to one of his aides, but is used as his residence every single time D.K. Shivakumar is in New Delhi. These visuals are the first and exclusive right here only on Republic TV. 8.6 crore rupees of cash recovered from D.K. Shivakumar's Safdarjung Enclave residence in New Delhi. These visuals first and exclusive only here with the Republic TV. And this is part of the continuing series of raids on Karnataka's Minister D.K. Shivakumar, even as a major political fight is breaking out. In fact, D.K. Shivakumar's mother this morning exposing how the Congress party and Sonia Gandhi used D.K. Shivakumar, and now they've left him out, hung him out high and dry. And what we are showing you on the screens is 8.6 crore rupees of cash seized by the Income Tax Department as part of the raids. Keep in mind, the raids that began are continuing. It's day 3, and crores and crores of money are being unearthed from all across the 39 locations where raids have taken place, locations across Bengaluru and New Delhi. But the visuals on your screens is the stash of cash recovered from Safdarjung Enclave in New Delhi. We're getting more details on this as well. These are first visuals, keep in mind, of the stash that the Income Tax Department has recovered, and we're getting you more details. But on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, the massive stash of cash recovered from D.K. Shivakumar's residence in Safdarjung Enclave in New Delhi. And this, even as D.K. Shivakumar's mother came out in front of the media this morning and exposed the Sonia Gandhi and the Congress party as the one behind D.K. Shivakumar, the ones who used D.K. Shivakumar and now are not able to do anything when he's being raided by the Income Tax Department. Raids across 39 locations, raids which began 3 days ago. It's day 3 of the raids, and on day 3, we get the full stash from Safdarjung Enclave in New Delhi. It's about 8.6 crore rupees, but keep in mind, this is just one location. The entire sum of money being piled up inside one residence in New Delhi in Safdarjung Enclave. 8.6 crore rupees. Who stashes up 8.6 crore rupees in cash inside a house? The questions remain unanswered. Where does this cash come from? What is this cash meant to be used for? Who does this cash belong to? It is inside D.K. Shivakumar's residence that has been found by the Income Tax Department, and we here at Republic TV are getting you the first visuals. Those are the piles of cash that totally amount up to 8.6 crores. Does Sonia Gandhi have an answer to these 3 towers of cash that have been unearthed by the Income Tax Department? Sonia Gandhi is also facing questions from D.K. Shivakumar, the Karnataka minister's mother, who asked why the Congress party and Sonia Gandhi used him and are now not helping him when you need the most. Hashtag Congress Cash Stash is the big story that is continuing here. More and more revelations coming out. 3 high towers of cash on your screens, totaling up to 8.6 crore rupees. 11 crore rupees seized from Karnataka Minister D.K. Shivakumar's aide as well. That's 3 towers worth 8.6 crore rupees of cash. That's on your screens. And I'm going to ask my camera person, and I'm going to get into the specifics of, look at it over here. One tower is just 100 rupee notes. The other tower is 500 rupee notes. And the other tower is 2000 rupee notes. That's 3 towers. It's very clearly visible in the photograph that is available with Republic TV. 3 towers, 100 rupee tower, which seems to be the tallest. And then there is the 500 and the 2000 rupee towers. But Look at the 2,000 rupees stack over there. It's absolutely incredible, unbelievable that this kind of money gets stashed away and gets unearthed. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is just one of the properties, one of the residences from where this cash is recovered. God knows how much more is stashed up across all other 38 other locations on which raids have been conducted. Keep in mind, 39 locations across which raids have been conducted. This is just one Safdarjung enclave property that technically belongs to DK Shivakumar's aide, but we also know, we also hear that this is the property that DK Shivakumar usually stays in every single time he goes to New Delhi. And the visuals on your screens are exclusive ones accessed by Republic TV. 3 tall towers of cash that total up to 8.6 crore rupees. One tower of 100 rupee notes, one tower of 500 rupee notes, and one tower of 2,000 rupee notes. We are continuing to track day 3 of the income tax raids on DK Shivakumar, even as a major political controversy is breaking out. Mainly DK Shivakumar's mother blaming politics, blaming the Congress party and Sonia Gandhi in particular for what has happened to DK Shivakumar. They used him, is the word that DK Shivakumar's mother said. They used him. What was DK Shivakumar used for? That's the big question, isn't it? We also know that DK Shivakumar is the point man for Congress to host the Gujarat MLAs who are holidaying at Eagleton Resort in New Delhi as we speak, even as Gujarat continues to be devastated with floods and Rahul Gandhi is busy with the photo opportunities in Rajasthan and Gujarat. We know that over 40 Gujarat Congress MLAs are partying it up at the Eagleton Resort, Eagleton Golf Resort in Bengaluru. The entire junket was coordinated by DK Shivakumar. Is that what the mother is referring to? And we have more visuals. We have more visuals, exclusive ones coming to you. I'm going to quickly take a look at this. It's another stash of cash that we have found. Republic TV is accessing one picture after another of more and more pictures of cash. This is 3 towers of 2,000 rupee notes. This is 3 towers of 2,000 rupee notes. This is another stash of cash that Republic TV is bringing you visuals of. The IT department has unearthed it. Let me show it to you one thing at a time. This is the first picture that we accessed. This is worth 8.6 crore rupees that have been unearthed at the Safdarjung enclave property that belongs to DK Shivakumar's aide. One tower of 100 rupee notes, one tower of 500 rupee notes, and another tower of 2,000 rupee notes. That's picture number 1 that we exposed just minutes ago. And right now, as we speak, we found another set of cash, another stash of cash. 3 towers of 2,000 rupee notes. And these are pictures, visuals only with Republic TV. We have Khalid joining us from New Delhi for more on that. Khalid, 8.6 crores from Safdarjung enclave. How much more? How much more?
Well, yes, in fact, a huge cash stash recovered from Safdarjung enclave from the DK Shivakumar residence. And in fact, these raids went on for 3 days, and we saw how IT sleuths conducted raids at various locations throughout Delhi and as well as other locations in other states. 8.6 crore rupees recovered from Safdarjung enclave along with other cash which was recovered. The total amount of cash which has been recovered tunes up to 11 crore rupees, and also some jewelry worth 4 crore rupees. This is a huge stash of cash which has been recovered by the IT officials. And what's really interesting is that there are certain questions which will be raised regarding this cash. What was the source of this cash? Who was this cash meant for? What was the ultimate destination for this cash? Why did DK Shivakumar kept this cash stashed at his residence in Safdarjung enclave? These are some pertinent questions which need to be answered as far as the investigation of the IT is going on.
That's right. Khalid, if you can give me a confirmation. We have found pictures. We here at Republic TV have exclusively accessed 2 pictures of 2 big stashes of cash. That is, one is a picture in which we have 3 towers, 100 rupee tower, 500 rupee tower and 2,000 rupee tower, and then another picture of 3 towers of 2,000 rupee notes, stashes, stacks of them. I just want to understand, what is the total amount of recovery so far?
Well, yes, the total amount of recovery is 11 crore rupees. out of which 8.6 crore rupees was recovered from Safdarjung enclave in Delhi. And this is a huge stash of cash. As I told you earlier, the IT sleuths were in fact conducting these raids for 3 days. For 50 continuous hours, the raids in Safdarjung enclave continued, and that's where from the huge cash recovery of 8.6 crore was done. And as you have seen the live, the exclusive visuals at the time, Republic TV has got of these cash stashes, which was recovered by the IT department officials. Clearly, very pertinent questions to DK Shivakumar. He needs to really come out and answer the questions as to what was the source of this cash, why was this cash stashed at his residence, what was the nature of the transaction that took place as far as the cash is concerned. I want to give you a small sense of how these raids were conducted. The IT officials came at the Safdarjung enclave residence of the DK Shivakumar, where they reached at around 7 a.m. in the morning. It's a 1200 square feet apartment which was rated for 50 continuous hours by the IT officials. That will also give you the scale and the seriousness of the raids that was conducted by the IT officials. Krishna.
Is Deepthi Sachdeva from our New Delhi studios. Deepthi, you have a question for Khalid.
Oh yes, and you know, Krishna, as we are looking at these images behind you there, talking of the reality, the real story that the Congress was not wanting anyone to know, the reason why the Congress panicked, and you know, that is the reason why we had a hashtag saying Congress cash stash. Is this the reason why, Khalid, Sonia Gandhi and company was worried? The reason why they panicked, they were in the parliament talking about corruption, talking of federalism. Why didn't they tell us about this cash stash, Khalid?
Well, yes, in fact, Deepthi, there are some pertinent questions which the Congress party needs to answer now. Because remember, the Congress party had come heavily backing DK Shivakumar. And as far as this cash is concerned, they really have to answer, because we saw the demonetization exercise was primarily aimed at the untransacted cash which was kept at various people, the cash which was used for black money and money laundering. And this was precisely why demonetization exercise was carried out. And after demonetization exercise, we see this Karnataka minister having such a huge stash of cash at a residence where he doesn't really visit. When we spoke to the locals in that residence, they said that DK Shivakumar doesn't really come here. He really comes here once in a while, and we haven't really seen him in last few weeks. So clearly they have to answer as to why this cash was stashed at that particular residence. 8.6 crore rupees is a huge amount of cash. Who was this cash meant for? What was the source of this cash? Does DK Shivakumar have answers to these questions? We have to wait and see. The IT officials are conducting a thorough investigation in this particular matter. They have also revealed that there are around 30 shell companies which were used by DK Shivakumar. So clearly a lot of questions which will be asked from the Congress party, and as well as the minister, which was rated by the IT department.
All right, and Khalid, you know, look at this. This is a recovery just from one particular location. What we do know is that these raids happened at about 70 different locations. So, you know, we can't even fathom to think what really is happening. What is the kind of money that could have been recovered? This apart from jewelry also. Stay with me. Let's also get in our colleague Pooja Prasanna, who's been tracking the story very closely for us also from Karnataka. Now, Pooja, is this the real reason why the Congress panicked? The real reason why the Congress went to town, you know, crying of federalism? The Congress said we weren't, you know, told about such kind of a raid. Because look at this recovery, Pooja. This is just one particular location, 8.6 crore of unaccounted money, Pooja. This is what we see now.
Money being recovered is one part of it, Deepthi, but the larger picture will emerge if and when the documents come out, because these are documents that could point fingers in the right direction as to the kind of shell companies that DK Shivakumar and his family and his companies have been running for several decades now. And that, in fact, we're given to understand from our sources, will put the Congress party in bigger trouble, because, of course, they can wash their hands off and dismiss that the cash business was just, limited to DK Shivakumar and his family. But those documents could contain information so incriminating that it could go as high as the high command of Congress, which is why they have gone all out to ensure that they put their might behind DK Shivakumar and save him from any kind of trouble. Of course, they were hoping that in Karnataka, at least, where the state has been in power for about 4 years now, they can, ensure that they get their way around, which is why they were hoping that the state police will be used in these raids. that is possibly the reason why the Chief Minister too has taken such, strong objections to the use of CRPF, because that essentially would mean that the state government does not have even a foothold in these raids, and there's nothing that they can do now henceforth to even get to DK Shivakumar, let alone protect him.
And you know, Pooja, I still don't know what was this money doing there. How did someone even manage to get such huge amounts of money post-demonetization? And as the BJP there has been alleging, is this money then actually meant for those Gujarat MLAs who were packed off, to that resort in Eagleton on the outskirts of Bangalore? Is that the real story?
Look at the sequence of events, Deepthi. That is what is more alarming. DK Shivakumar was in that same residence till, earlier the day when he was raised. Just the previous day, he'd come back to Bangalore. So definitely he cannot say that I know nothing of this money, because that belongs to a person. The house belongs to a person who's been with DK Shivakumar for about 2 decades now, a close aide of his Anjaneya. So, now questions as to how a personal assistant of a minister gets access to that kind of money is the larger question. And we're not talking about a few thousands or even a few lakhs here. Admittedly, it is running up to 8.6 crores, which is a huge amount of money. So it will not be easy answering where this money came from. But looking at the larger picture, he had just come back from Delhi. He had gone after he met the Gujarat Congress legislators here in Karnataka, went back to Delhi, met some senior leaders of Congress there, and then came back to Bangalore. If you look at the sequence of events, then it isn't just DK Shivakumar. This, scheme will also involve the legislators, the senior Congress leaders, and the High Command, which is why, Congress is putting going into so much trouble to ensure that they shield DK Shivakumar. Because this money, where he got the money from, what was the money for, what use was it going to be put for? These are some very, very crucial questions. Possibly why these raids have gone on for 3 days now, and for all we know, they can very well continue.
Pooja,
I'm going to have to
stay with us. Stay with us. Let's return back to these pictures. These are pictures that matter. The pictures that are out here only on Republic TV. And Krishna, not very long ago, you had Rahul Gandhi talking of how hum apni puri taakat laga denge logon ki madad karne mein. Why is he not speaking about this? What is this kind of money we are looking at, Krishna?
The money we're looking at, the official confirmation, Deepthi, we have is a sum total of 11 crore rupees. This is only from New Delhi. And I'm going to show you what exactly we here at Republic TV access. This is the actual cash recovered by the Income Tax Department. 3 towers of them. This is picture number 1. Tower 1 consists of all hundreds, 100 rupee notes. There is Tower 2, which consists of 500 rupee notes. It's good to know that they're following the demonetization pattern. And then Tower 3 is 2,000 rupee notes. 3 towers, this alone totals up to 8.6 crore rupees. 3 huge stacks of cash that has been recovered. This is the actual cash that has been recovered by the Income Tax Department. 3 towers in 3 denominations. Very systematically done, I must say. And then we accessed another picture where this is just absolutely blinding. Take a look at this. At least that had hundreds, 500s and 2,000. This is all 2,000s over here. 3 towers of 2,000 rupee notes of equi heights, if I may, and the total disclosure on these 2 put together is 11 crore rupees. This is apart from the 4 crore rupees worth of jewelry that has been unearthed, Deepthi. And for all those people watching Republic TV now, and for you who's looking at this, this is unbelievable. In today's day and age, when money is largely plastic, when we do online transactions, there's so much of digital money that's doing the rounds. Why on earth would anybody stash up 11 crore rupees worth of cash in a house?
Oh yes, that's the point, and this is all hard cash, Krishna. And this is the same Congress government which talks of probity. You had Siddharamaiah today saying, we question the intention, the timing. But is this the real reason why they were worried, why they wanted them to be kept in loop before any raid, Krishna?
Well, what is the only line that the Congress has been parroting is that they're questioning the motives behind the raids. They're not giving a single answer as to why this money is being unearthed. If Income Tax Department conducts raids and unearths these towers of cash from one residence in New Delhi, why shouldn't there be a bone of suspicion? These raids should have been conducted a long time before. And also, you had DK Shivakumar confiding to his confidant that he knew that there were going to be raids. He knew the timing of the raids, the day of the raids, and this is the, from what we understand, this is the leftover cash that seems to have been collected. If DK Shivakumar didn't know that raids were going to be conducted, how much more could have been unearthed? We wouldn't know. 11 crore rupees, a lot of people will say, oh, as far as politicians are concerned, 11 crore rupees is not really too much. Why is there such brouhaha about the whole thing? But that's only because DK Shivakumar knew that he was going to be raided. This is the leftover cash, if I may, Deepthi. There's lots more that's going to come up from these IT raids. But for now, it's time for a short breather. Lots more coming up on the other side.